Hello everyone. Today I have decided to make a Python script that basically detects if your computer is being ARP poisoned, which is, I'm not exactly too sure how common of an attack it is, but basically it's something that can be used to harvest credentials, and basically they can spy on you. But anyway, the script basically runs off of a common, I guess you can say, flag that it is occurring, which is if you type ARP-A, then you will notice that in your ARP table, which ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol, if basically the MAC address to the router, which, if you know what it is when you're clean of an attack, so to speak, that will be switched, because the way an ARP poisoning attack works is basically your internet traffic doesn't really go to the internet anymore. It flows through the hacker's computer and then to the internet, then the internet back to the hacker, then the hacker back to you. This allows them to strip things like SSL encryption, but HSTS websites are mainly safer, things like Facebook and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna just give this a quick test run. Wasn't really prepared. Probably should have been. Okay. So I'm gonna run it by typing Python and then ARP. There we go. Now when I run it, it asks me if I want to test it or if I want to actually initialize the ARP detect. It's just what I call the program. Gee, I wonder where I got that name from. But anyway, I'm gonna just run a quick test. Now it will accept either capital T or lowercase t, just for user friendliness. But anyway, I'm going to put a capital T. It says ARP poisoning detected, and it plays this lovely tone. Delicious. Now, to initialize it, basically, once again, lowercase I or capital I, either or, it's going to be accepted. I'm going to do lowercase I, and basically it keeps running ARP-A, and it will print ARP poisoning, false. So you're not being poisoned. Okay, and it'll basically keep going. It redoes it every 10 seconds so that it's not, like, flooding your resources, so to speak, or absorbing them. So you can pretty much go on about your day. You might feel a little bit of an impact in performance, but hardly any, if even noticeable. So basically, you can minimize this and, do whatever, and this will keep running in the background. Anyway, I'm actually going to stop it, and then I'm going to exit and basically show you how this works. So, the way it works is, first of all, it's all in a loop. However, the loop will really only stop when you do test or type. If you initialize the test, then that's when it will restart the loop and ask you again. Then when you initialize, it won't ask you again because it will be busy. So when they type test, it literally just says ARP poisoning detected and launches the alarm, and that's pretty much it. And then for actually initializing the ARP detection, it jumps to here. So the while true basically says, okay, this is an infinite loop. Now this is using the subprocess module, which is imported up here. I also imported time and OS. OS is what I'm using to actually play the alarm, so to speak, and time to basically allow it to sleep for 10 seconds and then resume whatever it was doing. So they initialized it. So the subprocess, it calls the command, the ARP command, ARP, or whatever you say, and then there's get_output. So it snatches the output of that command, and then there's a file called output_log. It opens the logs.txt and it writes to it. Now, usually people would put A for appending, but there's a reason why I put a W instead of an A, and I will explain this. Anyway, then it writes to the log, basically the output that was from this command. Then it closes it. This also saves some resources, so that doesn't keep going on. Now, another variable is used to open it in read, and then basically it says if the mode is in read, then assign whatever's in it. So basically read the file, store it in a variable called contents, and then this allows the if statement to deter whether the ARP poisoning is active or deactive. Now here it says if, and then this is my MAC address, which I'm definitely gonna censor. And then this basically tests or says, is it in the contents? So contents is the reading of the file. So basically, is it in the file? If it is in the file, then no ARP poisoning. However, if it's not in there, then obviously it's been switched to something else. So ARP poisoning will most likely be there, if not most definitely. And then if it's detected, well, not really if it's detected, but basically it'll say, hey, you're being ARP poisoned, and then this is the os.system, so the OS module, and then start, and then it actually plays the tone of the alarm. This is the big path, and then it will break out of the loop, essentially. And basically when this is happening, when the alarm goes off, this basically says, stop using the internet. Stop using your internet browser, or just don't log into anything. Don't clear your history and re-log into things, because that's usually how they can harvest your credentials. And then time.sleep10, so it sleeps, and then redoes it, then it sleeps, then after it's done, redoes it, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. There's really not much to this apart from that. This is just a simple program. But it was fun.